A counterfeit Gucci loafer costs $40 on Canal Street in New York City. An authentic Gucci loafer costs $950 at a Gucci boutique on Fifth Avenue. Both are cemented construction, both use corrected grain leather, both will fail at the sole bond within 3 to 5 years of regular wear. The counterfeit stitching is slightly less consistent, the authentic hardware is slightly more precisely plated, the authentic insole logo is crisper. Everything else, the construction method, the leather grade, the lifespan, is functionally the same category of product. That is not an argument for buying counterfeits. It is an argument for understanding exactly what $910 of price difference is purchasing when the physical product difference is measured in stitching consistency and logo clarity rather than in construction method or material grade. This video documents what actually separates fake luxury from real luxury, category by category, product by product, and asks the harder question that the comparison raises. If the difference between a counterfeit and an authentic item is smaller than the difference between an authentic item and an honest alternative at half the price, what exactly is the authentic item's premium paying for? By the end of this video, you will understand the real gap between fake and genuine luxury goods, why that gap is narrower in some categories than most people expect, and where your money produces the largest legitimate difference in what you actually own. Fake versus real, the luxury sneaker. The counterfeit sneaker market is the largest segment of the global counterfeit goods industry, and it is the category where the gap between fake and real has narrowed most dramatically over the past decade because the authentic products have simultaneously moved their production to the same factories and countries where the counterfeits are made. A counterfeit Balenciaga. Triple S sneaker retails on grey market and counterfeit platforms at $80 to $150, depending on the quality tier of the replica. An authentic Balenciaga Triple S retails in the United States at $995. Both are produced in China. The authentic version is produced in a Balenciaga authorized Chinese factory. The counterfeit is produced in an unauthorized Chinese factory. The construction method is identical: cemented sole, synthetic upper panels, rubber outsole. The materials differ in grade. The authentic uses slightly better quality synthetics and more consistent stitching. The difference is real. It is also not $845 worth of real. The specific comparison that exposes the gap, a New Balance 990 V6 made in the United States in Norwich Walk, Maine, retails at $185 to $200. The construction uses a genuine suede upper, an end-cap midsole technology developed and refined over decades of domestic production, and a rubber outsole with consistent quality control that American manufacturing oversight provides. The shoe is resolable. The materials are natural where it matters. The production is transparent. At $200, the New Balance 990 V6 is a better constructed, more honestly produced, longer-lasting sneaker than either the counterfeit Balenciaga at $120 or the authentic Balenciaga at $995. The Balenciaga, fake or real, is a fashion object. The New Balance is a shoe. The $995 authentic Balenciaga is paying for brand positioning in the fashion culture cycle. The counterfeit is paying for access to that positioning at a fraction of the cost. The New Balance is paying for the shoe. The authentic is not the fake. But the authentic is also not what its price implies when compared to an honest product in the same category. The logo distinguishes the authentic from the counterfeit. The construction does not distinguish either from a disposable product. That is the real finding. Fake versus real, the designer belt. A counterfeit Louis Vuitton monogram canvas belt retails at $25 to $60 online. An authentic Louis Vuitton monogram canvas belt retails in the United States at $475 to $620, depending on the hardware configuration. The exterior of both is coated canvas, polyvinyl chloride over a textile backing printed with the LV monogram pattern. The authentic's canvas is more precisely printed and more consistently finished at the edges. The authentic's hardware is brass-plated with greater precision and durability. The authentic's leather trim is genuine leather rather than the synthetic trim used in many counterfeit versions. These differences are real. Under close examination, the authentic LV belt is clearly the superior product to the counterfeit. The stitching is tighter, the hardware heavier, the canvas more precise. The problem is the comparison that neither the authentic nor the counterfeit survives. A full-grain leather belt from Tanner Goods in Portland, Oregon, at $85 to $120. No coated canvas, no printed monogram. Vegetable tanned full-grain leather that develops a natural patina over years of wear. Solid brass hardware. A product that improves with age rather than peeling at the canvas edges as the coating separates from the textile backing, which both the authentic and the counterfeit LV belts eventually do, because both are coated canvas, and coated canvas does not age gracefully. The authentic Louis Vuitton belt is better than the counterfeit by a measurable margin. It is worse than a full-grain leather belt at 1/5 the price by a different measurable margin. The $950 premium over the Tanner Goods belt is paying for the LV monogram, one of the most recognized symbols in the world, and for nothing else that the physical product can demonstrate. The counterfeit copies the symbol. The authentic owns the symbol. Neither of them owns a leather belt. Fake versus real, the luxury watch. The counterfeit watch market operates at every tier, from $20 street market replicas to multi-$1,000 super fakes that require expert examination to distinguish from authentic references. The Rolex Submariner is the most counterfeited watch in the world. An authentic Submariner retails at approximately $9,100 for the steel no-date reference at current Rolex authorized dealer pricing when available, which it frequently is not due to controlled distribution. Counterfeit Submariners range from $30 for obvious replicas to $3,000 and above for high-grade super fakes. The authentic Rolex Submariner is a genuinely excellent product. The in-house caliber 3235 movement is manufactured to tolerances that few Swiss manufacturers match. The 904L stainless steel case and bracelet are harder and more corrosion resistant than the 316L steel used by most competitors and all counterfeits. The ceramic bezel insert is scratch resistant in a way that the aluminum inserts used in counterfeits are not. The sapphire crystal is harder than the mineral glass used in most fakes. The 5-year service interval and Rolex's global service network are real advantages that no counterfeit can replicate. At $9,000, the authentic Rolex Submariner is the most defensible luxury purchase in this comparison because the product difference between authentic and counterfeit is the largest, and because the construction quality of the authentic justifies a significant premium over honest alternatives. The honest alternative, a Seiko Prospex PB143, the brand's professional dive watch, retailing at $500 to $600. In-house automatic movement, sapphire crystal, 200-meter water resistance, and a case finishing quality that independent reviewers consistently rate as exceptional for its price. The movement is not a Rolex caliber. The brand does not carry the same social signal. The product is a better dive tool than most men will ever require, built to a construction standard that honest money can access without the $9,000 premium. For the man who wants a Rolex because he wants a Rolex, because the movement, the history, and the social signal together constitute the purchase, the authentic is the only honest choice. The counterfeit fails at the movement, the material, and the ethics simultaneously. For the man who wants an exceptional automatic watch that keeps accurate time and is built to last, the Seiko is the honest answer. The Rolex Premium is largely social. Know which one you are buying before you commit to either. The authentic Rolex is the real article. It is also $9,000 of watch in a world where excellent watches exist at $500. Only you can decide if the gap between those two numbers is in the watch or in the name. How to tell fake from real and real from honest. The standard guides to authenticating luxury goods focus on the gap between counterfeit and authentic. Stitching consistency, hardware weight, serial number placement, logo font precision. These tests are useful for identifying fakes. They do not address the more important question, whether the authentic product justifies its price against honest alternatives in the same category. These 4 tests cover both questions. The construction method test. The first test for any luxury product is the construction method, not compared to the counterfeit, but compared to what that price should buy in an honest market. For shoes, turn the authentic over and examine the sole edge. If the authentic luxury shoe is cemented, The construction method is the same as the counterfeit and the same as a $90 department store shoe. The logo on the insole is authentic. The construction is not premium. At that price, Goodyear welt is the minimum honest standard. For suits, roll the authentic jacket lapel. If it is fused, the construction method is the same as a suit at 1/5 the price. The fabric may be better, the construction standard is not. At any price above $800, half canvas is the minimum honest standard. For leather goods, press the exterior surface. If it is coated canvas, smooth, slightly plastic feeling, perfectly uniform, it is not leather regardless of the authentic label. Both the counterfeit and the authentic coated canvas product will peel at the edges over time. The authentic will peel more slowly, neither will develop the patina of genuine leather. The material grade test, the authentic luxury product should use materially superior inputs to its counterfeit and to alternatives at lower price points. Where it does not, the price premium is not material, it is brand. For leather, authentic luxury goods should use full grain leather with a natural surface. Corrected grain leather, sanded and coated, appears in both counterfeits and in authentic luxury goods at multiple price points. The presence of corrected grain in an authentic luxury product is a signal that the material premium is not being delivered. For fabric, authentic luxury garments should specify fibre grade, a super number for wool, a specific cotton classification, a cashmere percentage. Generic Italian fabric or premium leather language in an authentic product's marketing is the same evasion used by brands producing well below the standard their price implies. The longevity test. The authentic luxury product should last demonstrably longer than the counterfeit under equivalent conditions of use. Where it does not, where both fail at the sole bond within the same time frame, or where both show equivalent wear at the surface coating within 2 years, the authentic's price premium is not longevity, it is authenticity of origin. Research owner reports for the specific authentic product under consideration. If the longevity reports are comparable to what is reported for the honest alternative at a fraction of the price, the premium is brand, not product. The honest alternative test. Before concluding that the authentic is worth its premium over the counterfeit, identify the honest alternative, the brand that produces the same category of product using the construction method and material grade that the authentic's price implies, and compare. If the honest alternative at half the price delivers welted construction where the authentic delivers cemented, the authentic is overpriced relative to the honest alternative regardless of its superiority over the counterfeit. The counterfeit is never the standard against which the authentic should be measured. The honest alternative is. If you want to know what your clothes are actually worth before you spend the money, subscribe. This channel follows the construction, not the campaign. Fake versus real, the designer jacket. A counterfeit Stone Island jacket, one of the most counterfeited technical outerwear brands in the streetwear market, retails at $80 to $200 for mid-grade replicas. An authentic Stone Island jacket in their nylon metal collection retails in the United States at $550 to $850, depending on the style. Stone Island is an Italian technical outerwear brand founded in 1982 by Massimo Osti, currently owned by Moncler Group following a 2020 acquisition. Its distinction in the authentic product, the reason the brand commands a genuine premium over its counterfeits, is its fabric research and dyeing processes. Stone Island develops proprietary fabric treatments applied after garment construction, meaning the dye and finish penetrate the completed garment rather than the raw material. This produces colour effects and aging characteristics that cannot be replicated in standard manufacturing processes. The compass badge, while widely counterfeited, is the secondary signal. The fabric behaviour is the primary one. The counterfeit Stone Island jacket uses standard nylon or polyester with a printed or embroidered compass badge. The fabric does not behave the way Stone Island's proprietary treatments produce. Under wear and washing, the authentic ages distinctively, the counterfeit ages generically. Here the authentic earns a meaningful portion of its premium. The fabric research is real, the treatment process is proprietary. The difference between authentic and counterfeit is not just the badge, it is the fabric behaviour over time. The honest comparison, a Barbour Bedale waxed cotton jacket at $349 to $399. English-made waxed cotton shell, genuine waterproofing through a natural wax treatment that can be re-waxed indefinitely at home with Barbour's own wax kit. Goodyear welted construction equivalent does not apply to outerwear, but the principle does. The wax can be renewed, the jacket maintained indefinitely. The heritage is genuine, the production is English. The Stone Island Authentic is a legitimate technical product with proprietary fabric research. The Barbour is a legitimate heritage product with natural material technology. Both are honest at their price. The Stone Island counterfeit is neither. The badge is not the product, the fabric is the product. Only the authentic delivers it. Fake versus real, the luxury wallet. A counterfeit Gucci bifold wallet retails at $15 to $50. An authentic Gucci bifold in their GG Supreme canvas line retails in the United States at $295 to $450. The exterior of both is coated canvas with the GG monogram pattern. The Authentic's canvas is more precisely printed and more consistently finished. The Authentic's interior leather is genuine leather rather than the synthetic used in most counterfeits. The Authentic's card slots are more consistent in their stitching and dimensions. These are real differences. The Authentic is clearly the superior product to the counterfeit under examination. And then there is the Saddleback Leather bifold wallet at $79 to $99. Full-grain, vegetable-tanned leather exterior. Saddle-stitched construction, 2-needle, 2-thread, will not unravel if one thread breaks. No coated canvas, no monogram, natural surface that develops a deep, unique patina over years of daily use. 100-year guarantee. The authentic Gucci wallet is better than the counterfeit. The Saddleback wallet is better than the authentic Gucci by every material and construction measure available, at 1/5 the price. The authentic Gucci wallet's premium over the Saddleback is entirely the GG monogram. The monogram is real on the authentic, it is printed canvas on both. It is not leather, it does not age into something better. It peels as the coating separates from the textile backing eventually, as all coated canvas does. The counterfeit copies the symbol, the authentic owns the symbol, the Saddleback ignores the symbol and builds the wallet. One of those three products will look better at year 10 than at year 1. Only one. Conclusion. The comparison between fake and real luxury goods is designed by the luxury industry to end at one conclusion. The authentic is superior, therefore the authentic is worth its price. The argument works because the counterfeit is the standard of comparison. The counterfeit is the worst possible standard. It is designed to fail legal, material, and ethical scrutiny simultaneously. Beating the counterfeit proves almost nothing about value. The more useful comparison, authentic luxury against the honest alternative, produces a different picture. In the sneaker category, an honest American-made sneaker at $200 outperforms both the counterfeit and the authentic fashion sneaker at $995 on construction, material, and longevity. In the belt category, a full-grain leather belt at $100 outlasts both the counterfeit and the authentic coated canvas belt at $550 on material and aging characteristics. In the wallet category, a saddle-stitched full-grain leather wallet at $90 outlasts both the counterfeit and the authentic coated canvas wallet at $400 by every measurable standard. The watch is the exception. The authentic Rolex is genuinely superior to both the counterfeit and most honest alternatives at the movement level, and its premium is at least partially justified by the product. The Stone Island jacket is a partial exception. The fabric technology is proprietary and real. These are the cases where authentic luxury earns a portion of its premium through the physical product, rather than through brand equity alone. The pattern across everything else is consistent. The counterfeit and the authentic are both measured against the wrong standard. The right standard is the honest product, the brand that builds without a logo premium, sells without a boutique markup, and prices at what the construction and material actually cost to produce. The man who can identify the honest alternative in each category, the honest shoe, the honest belt, the honest wallet, the honest jacket, does not need to choose between fake and real. He has a third option that the counterfeit industry and the authentic luxury industry both prefer he not find. The counterfeit sells you a symbol you did not earn. The authentic sells you a symbol at a price the product cannot always justify. The honest alternative sells you the product the symbol was supposed to represent at the price the product actually costs to make. The fake is a lie. The authentic is often a partial truth. The honest product is the whole truth. Buy the whole truth.